Hey, this is Glendon with another edition of the Hustler's Mindset. Title of this segment, what is your philosophy? Why do you do what you do? Many people wake up every day with no sense of purpose, no direction, just pretty much responding to what happened yesterday or what's going to happen the day after tomorrow. And it's kind of like you're in a boat just spinning around in the sea of life. What is your purpose? Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to move forward? Why do you want to have a different life? When you start answering these questions, you're going to put a little fuel in your tank to move forward. But as long as these questions remain unanswered, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels. I got a letter today, an email, I'll call it a letter. And the guy was like, I've been watching your channel for like the last year. And I've been itching and hankering to get in the business. And, he sent me a very nice email and we're just talking about some stuff, and he asked me like 15 questions about the business, and I was like, you've been watching this channel for a year and you sent me an email like that? Really? Because I'm just like, I didn't even answer it. I'm not like, the questions you were asking was pretty detailed, and I actually charge people money to answer those questions. So hey, that's the deal on that. But it got me to thinking. I've had people who in the last 6 months bought the book, bought other things, got into the game, and by no stretch of the imagination is everyone super successful. I've got one guy, he is just like, this ain't working, but I'm not stopping. And what's really funny about that is the person who was really against him, because he told me, he's like, yeah, sometimes he's like, I'll have you on the big television because, we've got the smart television, and I'll have the internet on the TV, and my wife will walk by and I'm like, why are you listening to him? He doesn't know anything. If it was as good as he says, he would be in the game. And he's like, no, I think this guy's right. He kept listening, and he went out and he bought this stuff and it didn't work out. And she was just like, see, I told you, you wasted your money. And he said something was really interesting that happened this season. She went ahead and got him some nice gifts to help him with the business. And she said, well, it's really clear to me that this is very important to you, and I've never seen you act like this about anything. Most of the time you start stuff and you give up, but you're like really sticking with this, and I'm going to support you. And he was just like zooted. He's like, man, that's my Christmas gift, because she never supports anything. And I tell you that story to tell you that when you are serious about what you do, even if you're like successful or not, you will gain support from unlikely sources. And he cracks me up. He's like, yeah, man, she's like on my team. He's like, she's never been on my team. He's like, man, it feels good. So, no, he's not making a lot of money. He's still taking his shots on the chin, but his wife is actually in his corner because he put forth effort on a consistent and regular basis and showed her something that she never saw come out of him. That's a beautiful thing. And me, you know who I am. And I was like, so you actually getting laid on a regular now? He said, yep. So take note, take my course, and you get more ass on the regular. Hey, that's how women work. If they not confident in you, you ain't getting any. Just ain't happening. If they feel that you kind of like a slacker and they can't respect you, you can hear that. It's just drying up as you speak, man. It's just like, man, you just turned the wet oasis into the Sahara. But that's the thing. But that's kind of a cool thing to hear on this holiday weekend, because as I put out earlier, I'm not really big on holidays because, I have my own beliefs, but I'm big on people. And I think the best part of yesterday was I got to hang out with some friends and family, some folks I hadn't seen in a while. We had like a really, really good time, so that was cool. And now it's back to the regular world. Well, actually, I guess tomorrow or maybe Monday, whenever I stop being a bum. But the deal is, you need to have a philosophy, whatever that may be, because that's going to be the thing to put the fuel in your tank and move you forward. You got to have a philosophy. And I'm telling you, it's a very, very important thing to have. We're trained not to be sold to. No one wants to be sold to, but we're sold to every day. It's a very sophisticated mechanism, and many people fall prey. But due to the economy separating people from extra cash, It's boiled down to, hey, if I'm going to do something, I need to make the smartest decision that I possibly can. So that's kind of getting away that to where actually retailers, marketers have to do a better job of marketing whatever they have to sell. But the thing is, you need to market whatever you do, and it can't be a one-off deal. You know, it's like, oh, I marketed this month. No, it's a continuing effort. I'll ask yourself this question. Why does Coca-Cola spend billions every year in marketing? They spend billions every year worldwide in marketing. Microsoft, same thing. Apple, same thing. If you go and check out their SEC filings and read this marketing is a huge part of what they do. Because the thing is, if Apple, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy, if Apple just said, hey, we're going to rest on our laurels and we're not going to do any more marketing, I figured the company would not shut down, because they make a great product. They would not shut down. But you could pretty much expect their revenues to be cut in half, if not more. You consistently have to let people know what you do. And to bring it on an even more basic level, say with dating and relationships, one of the biggest complaints people have with their mate is they don't know how that person feels about them. It's like, they kind of, sort of, but you have to market to your mate. You have to tell your girl you love her. You have to tell your dude you find him attractive. Constantly. You have to keep going and on. Sure, you know they know you love them, but there's nothing like hearing it on the regular. And that's the thing. People don't want to market because it's like, oh, you're marketing. Your product's not good enough, because if it was good enough, people would discover it by word of mouth and it would just take off. That is great when it happens, but that's very rare. That's very rare. But in terms of marketing, you have to do it. And part of one of the things that I'm going to do going forth is offering a resale marketing course, because that is what separated me from the rest of the herd. The guys, and many of them still do not market. And just throwing your ads on Craigslist, that is not marketing. Marketing is having a philosophy. What does your company stand for? What do you do? What do you do better than it? What is your philosophy? Like, my favorite NFL football team, Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a philosophy. We're going to whoop your ass on defense. We're a defense, blue-collar, hard-working type team. Same thing with the University of Alabama. We're going to beat you with defense. We're going to beat your ass. We're going to be physical. We're going to outwork you. That is the philosophy. And if you look at the schools and you look at the NFL teams that stay true to that philosophy, they have multiple championships. They don't win every year. They don't win every decade, but they have multiple championships. And you have hundreds of colleges, you have thousands of colleges, they don't even have one. But when you have a philosophy, it's deeper than just doing something. There's a reason, there's a purpose why you do what you do. My thing is, I'm going to tell you the truth about the business. That was the philosophy from day one. Many people were like, oh, you don't have to say it was that hard. Oh, yes, I do. You didn't have to say that, you didn't have to talk about the roaches. You didn't have to talk about the rats. And my number one most viewed video on YouTube is the worst unit I ever bought. That speaks volumes. People want to know. Like I said, this business isn't for everyone. If you're kind of like weak in the knee, weak in the back, and faint of heart, don't do it. Don't do it. But if you like adventure and you're kind of rough and tumble and you could take a hit on the chin every now and then, hey, jump right in. Because that's the thing. And that's the reason that people continue to watch this channel. Because I did a little research this weekend when I wasn't being a bum. Because like the day I took a nap, I haven't done that in years. Just the middle of the day, I am not doing nothing. I had some stuff I had to do this morning. But other than that, it was bye-bye for Bozo. But this is the deal. I want you to really think about this. As you're building your business, whatever that business may be, what is your philosophy? What do you stand for? Why do you do what you do? Because if you do it with purpose, there's a different kind of energy. If you do what you do as a reaction, there's a different kind of energy. One is steeped in fear. And nobody wants to be steeped in fear. No one wants to be just flying from the seat of their pants by fear. It's one thing to be flying from the seat of your pants by excitement. But fear, people smell fear, just like dogs smell fear. It's like, oh, you're desperate. And they'll treat you accordingly. So just think about that. What is your philosophy? How are you going to move forward? It's the day after Thanksgiving and everybody is either spending money watching football or continue to get drunk. I, on the other hand, was a complete and utter bum. I did not leave the house. I have never participated in a Black Friday event because to me it's just sheer madness. As I sat and watched the television today, my eyes just bugged out of my head. I could not believe that people were getting shot, pepper sprayed, trampled on, and beat down during the season of giving. It's like, what, you get this ass whooping. Oh! But anyway, this is just the madness of what's going on in our world today. What's really funny is people are spending money. People are spending money. They're looking for deals, and the deals are out there. So I don't really know how this is going to pan out because over dinner last night we were just talking about certain things. And, you know, everybody's got something on their list they're going to get. And the group I was hanging with is very, very financially savvy. And they're like, hey, we're going to wait. We're not doing Black Friday. We're just going to wait. And I totally agree. The deals are going to be there. And for those of you who are in the resale industry, just look out. 2012 is going to be a killer year for those that know how to conduct transactions, put people and stuff together. One of the things that is really missing in the trash to cash to resale space is a word that I have yet to hear. Don't, essentially buy high, sell low. What the hell did I just say? Boom. One word that is really missing in the world of resale, and I see it all over the place. Buy low, sell high, and it's missing. And it's something that I spent probably 35% of my time on, and that's marketing. I don't care how cheap you get it. I don't care how quick you get it. If you don't know how to properly market that item, you're not going to make any money. And that's the thing. I see it because on the blogs and the forums and everything, everyone's talking about storage auctions. It's like, what is this and what can I get for it and how fast can I sell it? The thing is, if you're going to run this as a business, there's some things you need to do on a continuing basis that you don't really see in this space. And one of them is marketing. You have to market. You have to let people know what you do and how often you do it. Because I stopped by my old space and I talked to one of my neighbors because I need to get some information on another neighbor. And he told me, he said, for damn near a year and a half, people came by, still is like, hey, is he back? Is he back? They were still looking for those deals because we did a great job of marketing that even after the business shut down, people still were looking for it. That's one of the things. And just a quick lesson, you market on the front end. What many people look for is that immediate gratification. You go ahead and you do something and then there's an immediate return. Marketing does not work like that. It's November 25th, 2011. I personally don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe if you have something that's wrong with your ass, you need to start facilitating change now. There's no point in waiting. Well, how are you going to shape up your business? How are you going to do what you're going to do? I mean, really, these are the questions you need to ask yourself right now. And sit down with a pen and paper or Word or Apple Pages or whatever you have and write down your goals. Or if you don't even have goals, write down a wish list to help you define your goals. Because sometimes if you never really sat down and said to yourself, what do I really want? What's really important to me? Believe it or not, many people have not articulated that question to self. And I'm talking 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 year old. They've never asked themselves because we live in a society that sends you so many mixed messages. You shouldn't say things like that. You should just, once again, here's another religious moment. You should just pray on it. Nah, there's more to it, because if prayer was the be all end all for each and everything, and I'm not saying don't pray, But why do we need doctors? Why do we need school teachers? You can just pray on it. Bam, there it is, right? No, there's a certain order to the world. And you have a larger part to play than just sitting and hoping and wishing. There's something that needs to take place, and that's called action. That's what's going to move you forward. But this is just something, this is your holiday message. Some things to think about it from a man who's napping all day, tripping, looking at the madness on television as some woman sprayed 27 people with pepper spray to gain an advantage on Black Friday. What? Damn! This is the season where you should be good. This is the season where you should be using you should be on your best behavior. I'm just like, what kind of person takes pepper spray to a blood? I don't get it. I don't get it. If you know, explain it to me, because I'm clueless in that regard.